I'm not afraid.
Yeah,
Take a stand.
it's been a ride.
Everybody.
I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one.
I had a viewer ask me, "Hey Aaron, are you going to talk about what led up to your diagnosis? You talk about all this other stuff, but are you going to talk about that?" And I really had to think for a minute. Not because I care sharing. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that that's what I do. I share. So briefly, this is kind of what led into it. At the end of the year, December timeframe of 2010, I was just having a real struggle with some things that were going on. And as a consequence, I withdrew from my friends, family, everyone around me, and I dealt with it the only way at that time that I knew how to deal with it, and that was through drugs and alcohol. The drugs being amphetamines. And so I would go on binges, and unfortunately I was abusing prescriptions that I was supposed to be taking, but I nonetheless abused them. And so the amphetamines, now that I was abusing them, they caused me to engage in risky behavior, engage in behavior I wouldn't normally if I was sober, as well as amphetamines do particular things to your body. So you don't feel pain while you're taking them, you have a higher libido. So there's just it creates this bigger problem. And so I was engaging in high dose amphetamine use, coupled with alcoholism. It was only a matter of time before my work performance and my academic performance went downhill, and they started showing the consequences of the drug use, as well as, strained relationships with my friends, with my family. I was totally withdrawn and would stay at home days on end, would not go out except to maybe go to the alcohol, go get more alcohol, or to go get something that I needed. Wasn't eating. So, this framed the scenario. And so through the risky behavior that I was engaging in, unprotected sex, sexual behavior that I wouldn't normally engage in. And I think it's important that we shine a light on amphetamine use, methamphetamine use, and the role it plays in HIV infections, because there are a lot of gay men that do engage in crystal meth. I wasn't doing crystal meth, I was doing actual prescription drugs, but there is still amphetamines. And so this is how I came to this journey. I made poor choices. It was a series of poor choices. I made the choices to abuse my drugs. I made the choices to turn to alcohol and drugs instead of trying to cope with things. I chose to isolate myself, and I chose for a moment that instant gratification, without thinking about the long-term picture of my overall sexual and mental health. So that's my story. That's how I got to this point. So, as you watch these videos, I know exactly where you're coming from. I know where some of you may be right now, and I know how lonely that place can be. And you feel like you have to turn to alcohol and drugs. You don't. It feels that way, but you don't. So I would encourage you, wherever you are, maybe it's reaching out to me, maybe it's reaching out to many other people. I can put you in contact with some amazing people at various organizations who can talk with you, who can help you, and who can get you on that journey to get clean, to get healthy, and to get your life back. Life is about having fun. Life is about having friends. Life is about being productive. Life is about achieving something more than chasing a high. And if that's all my story does is to help somebody, then I've achieved that. But for that viewer who asked for that explanation, that's how I got to this point in my life. But you know what? It's the road that I've taken has been long and had a lot of winding roads on it. But I'm very fortunate that I've had friends and family that stuck by me through the hard times and the good times. And I'm here today. So remember, till my next video, do something positive.